Another routine win for my Red Sox last night.
Oh, that
yeah.
it was.
And what would you expect on a crochet day? But seems like Alex Cora post game talked about how he's all good to go all the way through October, and you don't need to skip another start, and you don't need to worry about overworking Garrett Crochet, and so. I cross your fingers.
Right.
We are on our way to the playoffs.
And they just keep putting space in between them and the Yankees. Like, they're up 4 games now on the Yankees. To jump them just less than a week ago and then to be up 4 games, I mean, they're performing perfectly at the right time.
Wheeling and dealing.
Yep.
It's the brilliance of Craig Breslow. And we've talked about it a lot on this show.
Yeah.
I mean,
the secret of doing nothing.
I think we all said it heading into the deadline. Please do not touch anybody on this team. Don't do it. Do not add to this team because we want the chemistry to remain
Some
the
people
same.
said that.
Nah, not really.
I think you were one of those people.
No, I wanted.
You were one of those people that was a
That was
chemistry
very nice.
guy.
I was.
That was very nice.
I was
What?
a chemistry.
Give him
I was
credit for
I was a chemistry guy.
Right.
But I wanted them to add, but listen.
But you didn't want them to mess with the chemistry. If you had to choose, add or mess with the chemistry, I feel like, Greg, you were on the side. Leave it alone. Don't mess with the chemistry.
No, that was really only with regard to Jaren Duran, who's on an absolute tear. But
but that was the guy, though, right? That's the chemistry guy. Who else were they talking about?
No, I think Curtis is right. Like, the only question now that you're really going to I mean, if they keep playing like this in August, then the only question you're really going to have is when they do get the playoff time, do they have the arms to get them there? And so I mean, I don't know. Like, you look at, remove Crochet from the discussion, who hasn't lost a game since May 26th, I think. But if you look at the ERA of Lucas Giolito and Brian Bayo, who, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I was watching Nesson last night, and I heard it pronounced Brian Bayou, Curtis.
Yeah.
Was he born on a Bayou, Brian Bayou, or is it Brian?
Obscure reference. Of course, the water boy wanted to get to the Bayou Bowl.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
It was ladies' night, so.
If you look at...
It was?
Yeah.
I was watching a little bit of that broadcast last night. It was very interesting.
They did a great job.
Yeah.
Yes, it was interesting.
Top notch.
At first, I thought
That's interesting.
No, I don't know. At
it
first, I
was very
thought
interesting.
I thought the girl was Jenny Dell, but it wasn't. It was what's her name? I forget her name. She works at Nesson. Does like
that was a question asked by New England. But yes. Anyway, where was I? Oh, so you look at what those guys are able to do in July. If they can continue that, Wiggy, then you're on your way.
Bayo's ERA is ridiculous. I mean, for the last 30 days, and so Giolito's been excellent. So if you have Crochet, Giolito, and Bayo, or Bayou, or whatever they're calling him.
Now we're gonna have to have Born on a Bayou as a rejoin chime at some point this morning.
Yeah, first one of the day.
If they can pitch like that, they're a legitimate contender. If they can have those two guys pitch like that, they are a legitimate contender.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is what a guy who may or may not have stolen from Buff's Pub, who used to work here in Nesson, said that they're peaking too soon. That would be what I would say. I think the Red Sox are playing amazing, but it's not whether or not Greg or me or anybody said they should buy. According to the insiders, the front office was livid with Breslow for his inability to move off of prospects and acquire players they wanted at the deadline. So it's not our thought. I mean, we do think that. But according to Carabas and others, the Red Sox brass was frustrated with Breslow's inability to make a deal.
Yeah.
So your owner did what you wanted most owners to do, right? Stay out of it and let your baseball or your basketball, football, whoever the people are, run the show, right? Then we want that from Robert Kraft, stay out of the business. Don't we want that from
I think
some
we've
people
been asking for John Henry to be around more and put more focus on this and not other ventures. I think we've demanded that John Henry be available, be around, and not.
Yeah, but if
be
he's
the distant
upset,
owner.
he's basically saying, hey, Breslow, I hired you to do a job. You do what you think is best for the team. But if he's upset that he didn't make this move, it's a Breslow not, feeling like what he was doing was best for the team. It doesn't really fall on John Henry's lap.
So then why between Chaim Bloom and Craig Breslow they've done nothing? It's
What
just
do you mean?
they hired two different guys who have the same mentality and they didn't do any type of change.
But don't you? Isn't it? If you're telling me the reports are the front office was livid, then that means.
I would
But
give
who-
Courtney
who-
some points, like around the horn style.
But who what?
Who probably leaked that the front office is livid?
I don't know who leaked it.
I mean,
who leaked it?
like the writing is on the wall
So
in my
who leaked
mind.
it?
I think the front office. The front office saw the response of how
Right.
people were with Craig Breslow, and they said, "Well, we want to get ahead of this. We want it to make it seem like we were all in. We
So
wanted moves to be made."
why weren't they in? Because it wasn't about salary. If it was a big ticket guy with a big salary and they don't do anything, then you could see John Henry stepping in. But Joe Ryan is making like $3 million. So why?
Right, but Courtney's
why
point
would-
is perfect. They haven't done anything for 3
No,
years, and the
but-
GMs have changed.
But we're talking about this year, right? Why wouldn't if John Henry is more about the money and the salary and all that? If it's not about salary with Joe Ryan, then what's the reason on why you don't do it? I think
It
that
is indirectly about salary because they're maintaining control over players that will be cheap.
right,
that
but
can
you
join
have control over Joe Ryan for the next 2 or 3 years at a cheap price. So it's not about the salary. I think it's about Breslow not putting together the best possible package to maybe get Minnesota to say, all right, we'll take that. Here's Joe Ryan.
And I think it's a mixture, Greg. The organization, as Courtney said, heard the fan backlash and
In
was
Fall River specifically, or
Right.
somewhere else?
Yeah, Breslow he was like Fauci. He got a security guard to walk around Boston with him. That they were nervous, so they attacked Rosenthal. They attacked those that said that they weren't being active because they felt the blowback of the fan base. And that Friday night extra inning win was huge against the Astros, looking back on it, considering think of the mood in Boston driving home on Friday from Fall River
Yeah.
to the mood today. It's like two different cities when it comes to the team.
Yeah, it is. And Red Sox rip off another win, and you can talk about that all morning long here on Boston Sports Original, WEEI.
Good morning.
Hello, Craig. I have questions. I have questions about the Celtics trade, which we probably don't have time to get to right now. But is that a salary
Yes.
dump?
I don't think so.
Yes, yes.
It's $8 million.
Okay, well, it's $8 million less.
But you
that
have
has to be what it is, right?
Well, but if you were going to dump salary, Simon's making $27 million. Anthony Simon, George's Niang was making $8 million. If that's not really a salary dump, I don't know what the hell that
so
is.
it's a lottery move then.
I don't know what it is. I think
Is the team better?
It's
no, the team is not better. I don't know what the purpose of it was, because when I think of a salary dump, then if you're going to dump anybody's salary, then you dump Anthony Simons, who's making $27 million this year for 1 year.
But did they gain salary or lose salary in the deal?
Well, they probably lost salary in the sense
Yes.
that you got
lost salary.
right, but you're getting
I agree with you that it would have made more sense
Right.
for Simons. Yes, they would have dumped more salary.
Way
But at the
more
end of the
salary.
day, it's still a salary dump, whether it's $8 million or $27 million.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
it
if
is
you-
what it is.
yeah, if you wanna
they didn't
throw it
get
up-
anything in return.
if you want to throw it under that umbrella. But who you got? What's his name? LJ.
Wouldn't you do like an aqua dump?
There was one.
What was the LJ?
RJ.
RJ Luis.
RJ Lewis is like a 6'7"
Yeah.
point
Right.
guard.
Right.
Yeah.
My favorite
Yes,
trades are when
silent,
you
I
don't know. My favorite trades are the ones that you don't know the name of the guy you're acquiring.
Yeah, I don't. I have
Excellent
no clue.
AAU player, though, by the way. So,
And then they picked up another
UMass
big.
kid.
yes, UMass kid.
What do we think about the Chisholm start as the Celtics governor?
Oh,
I don't know. I just feel like this signals that they don't think this team is going to go very far this season.
Right.
So
and
they don't-
hey,
they
listen,
don't-
I'm all for it.
they don't have full confidence in Jaylen Brown
No.
putting the team on his shoulders and taking them all the way to the
Right.
promised land.
And I'm all for it because that means if you have struggle and you don't have a great season, there's a chance you might become a lottery team.